Well, good morning, everyone. Today's video is gonna be a little different for you guys. We're gonna take you around to all of our active projects. Not anything we're bidding on, not anything that's coming up, everything that we are actually working on right now. Give you guys a little bit of insight of what I keep in my head all day long for the crews that are working. So thanks for checking it out. We drop a video every Sunday. Thanks for coming along with us. Let's go check it out. So JB Townhomes, you guys have seen a ton here. We did public storm drain, we did private storm drain, we've done area inlets, curb all the way around it. We've laid every utility piece of infrastructure in this front yard. That's primary electric, secondary electric for 4 units, all in one yard, 4 water meters, 4 sewer services. It's pretty involved in that front area right there for sure. Did all rear access parking, we did a retaining wall. This is a very involved project. This townhome market in downtown Bentonville is something different. It's for a civil guy, you're like, oh, well, this should be pretty easy, just a small amount of work. Well, it's a lot of match existing this, match existing that. Do what the plans say, but what is this parameter and this parameter? So there was some big challenges there, taking down an old house, putting 4 units up, and making sure all utilities and earthwork and improvements were done for large scale. The major challenge at this project was the owner. The contractor and me still get on very, very good. The owner and I get on very, very good now. But we had to walk through some challenges and some communicational links that weren't really talking to each other, and I was getting half the information, right? He was literally out here on site 3 to 4 times a day talking to my superintendent, changing the plan up. Like, can't do that. Cannot do that and be effective. So obviously we've done things differently contractually and a few other things, and we're almost here to the finish line. We got all the curb poured. We need to get this concrete apron poured, some ditch pavement, some sidewalk, and we're out of here. So there's the first one of the day. We're gonna go from north to south. Come. Northwest 5th. This is another townhome market, all in the northwest part of Bentonville. We've got 6 new townhomes. I think they're duplexes actually. Road going right through the middle, old alley back there. We're bringing water infrastructure from here all the way through, bringing meters for every building. There's already a sewer main almost directly underneath my feet. We're gonna add some sewer taps. We did the demo on the existing units. They're gone. You can see some remnants of the concrete footers, etc. from the 100-year-old homes. They're gone, and now we're helping fight and jump through some hoops here. The big challenge, I'll show you guys. On here is that water main. That water main being, I don't know, 18 inches underneath that curb. Existing water main that we're tying onto. So we're waiting to hear back from the engineer about lowering, and the city. We've been working with the city and trying to keep our customer in the loop. I know what needs to happen. It's whether or not they're gonna meet in the middle and get it all figured out. So this project is basically 75% done, except for this. As soon as we find out this, we lower it, we're moving on. Hoping to have some answers on this week. I saw some emails kicking around, but this townhome market, man, same thing we did over at Northwest A Street. There's already a water line service in that area. We added a sewer line for, I think it's gonna be another quadplex, like we just come from a JB. So super enthused to be a part of this townhome market. Is it fun? Is it easy? Neither one of those two things. It is something challenging, it's different, and it's comes with a bunch of work. Really, really, really glad to be a part of this Northwest Townhome market in Bentonville, Walmart campus, all within a mile. It's, I think it's a really good position to be in as the campus opens up in 25. So, hell yeah, let's go. It's hard hat. Looks like mine. Happy Halloween, coming at you guys. Dropping you some new merch. We've been hitting that night work on, we've been running that graveyard shift. Thought it was fitting. Pick you one up, merch.syconexe.com, or hit syconexe.com and hit the merch link, and it's all right there. Hit it up. So this is an existing building behind us. Sorry guys. Woo. Energy drink hit me. Trying to stay fast for you guys, get all these projects in one day. It's gonna be a mission. Dear Lord, did I hiccup again? I'm sorry. Existing water main out there in our sidewalk. We hit the sidewalk, took it out. It was a little bit of a problem again with the existing main here in Bentonville. The road literally had a cavern in it. We had to deal with that. They backfilled everything with their ditch line. I think they dug it with a 6-foot bucket and just backfilled everything with 3/4 clean. So we had to deal with that. That was a major challenge here. After that, we saddled, we valved, came in, stuck a hydrant there, active for fire suppression, gave them a PIV, post indicator valve, and we ran right along here, ran up there, hit a 90, and shot in right there. And now this restaurant bar has active fire suppression. Here in the state of Arkansas, you have to have a dedicated fire line off of the public water supply just to feed the fire sprinklers. In this case, we ran a 6-inch to a 90 into there, came up, and that's where their backflow is, feeding the entire restaurant for fire suppression. So, here we go. Still on this townhome market, Northwest 4th Street. This is in the southeast part of town rather than northwest part of town. Very closer proximity to the Bentonville Square, and that's where everything happens. A big, big downhill biking community here, and like road biking. I don't know what to call that, but I think we got labeled like the biking capital of the US last year. The Waltons have put a lot of money into biking, so everything around the square is very hot and heavy. Taking older units, if you guys look right over here, there's a set of duplexes that used to look like that. They're torn down, and they're going to meet the Bentonville new way of life. As you guys see behind me, that project was called City U. We laid 6,000 feet of line, fire line, like I was just talking about with the last building, how they have to have a dedicated water source from the public water supply to feed each building. There's 39 buildings in 4 different phases in there. That was almost 4 years ago when we put that in the ground. It was a big deal for us, and glad it's behind us now. But now we get to move on to stuff like this. We've got 3 attached buildings, 1 large building going in here, water, sewer taps, full earthwork package, storm drain around. We've got some ditches to catch and form up, and curb, I would assume, as well. So this one's coming out of the ground literally any day, waiting to get approval on numbers and contract. We've got approval on them. Just waiting on a contract. We start turning dirt here. Let's do it. You guys know this place well. If you don't, you can go watch us install this taxiway, all the dirt work we did. We did 4,600 truckloads out of here, tri-axle truckloads, almost 50,000, well it was 51,000 cubic yards of earth we exported before we even started that project. Go check that out every Sunday. We drop a new video, but you can go watch the airport get installed last year, and we're back. We are back because the airport liked us so much. I don't really have any other reason as to why we're back. We're a smaller company, but the airport likes the work we do. I wish I was in that airplane right now. You guys watched us install water main out here. There's a sewer main. We've got a little bit of sewer work to do, mainly earthwork, and we had our proof roll inspection yesterday. We've got 2 roads that we're cutting in as access roads to the backside of the hangars. We were told to do it one way, although we questioned 65 different times. Then come to find out, Geotech gets out here yesterday and read it the same way we did versus the civil engineer. Had a little bit of questions, so right now we're sitting idle this morning. That's why you don't see any machines moving. Waiting on some answers from the engineer, make sure we know what direction we're heading before we just start heading that way. Remember guys, you're only civil installers. You're not designers. You didn't get no fancy piece of paper saying that you're smart enough to design this stuff, even though you've got experience and you know how it's supposed to go, and you probably know the city better than the engineer does. Mainly earthwork on this site. We've got a few little utilities, some sleeves for the private hangars. When I mean private hangars, we're working on the public side of things right now for the city and the airport. But there's 3 hangars going in, and that is in the private sector market. We're actually in talks of that as well, and helping just do all this project one go, instead of everybody stepping on each other's toes and costing everybody a bunch of extra money. We're trying to get as involved as we can with the design and help with the engineering as much as possible, so that we can budget it along the way for them. I can't tell you how excited I am to be out here again, but literally the opportunity we were given the first go at this, we had to crush it. Obviously we crushed it, or we wouldn't be standing back here talking about doing quite a bit more work. So pretty cool, man. It's really cool to stand out there on that earth, that corner, and just watch these planes take off and land and take off and land. It's kind of my thing, kind of like airplanes and stuff. So here goes another one. Dump truck's out here. We've been using it for proof rolls, so we don't have to worry about having a lease truck out here for proof rolls. 360, the D51's over there. Got the 35 over here. We got a spot dig. Here, let me show you guys. We're bringing access roads here to the edge of this taxi lane, and then there's going to be another road that carries through that hangar, around side that hangar, and there's a parking lot on the other side of these hangars. And essentially the city is going to take care of that portion, but we need to do some things, take care of some things, like digging up utilities and finding out elevations on them to make the process a little bit smoother. Like I was just saying, we're trying to be as involved as possible to try and help this thing for totality parties, all of us, make it easier on all of us, not just for SciCon, right? We want them to use us again. We got to make it easier on them. We're the professionals in our environment, so act like it. I try to. I don't know it all, but I definitely try to put my input in when it's useful. So let's keep rocking. All right, guys, so this manhole right here, this is an O'Reilly's Auto Parts getting built right here on a very major collector. This highway runs all the way in front of our yard. Anyhow, 24-foot deep manhole we've got right here. It's an existing manhole, so we're gonna go ahead and core into it. We've got a core into it at about 8 to 10 foot deep, and we're gonna do what's called a drop invert manhole. We're gonna basically drop into the side of that manhole and then run pipe in the manhole down all the way to the bench. It's a little bit better for O'Reilly's to have to service if they ever have to do anything with their service line. It's there ready to go, but we've got to get that done. This is going to be kind of an intricate little process for you guys to view. You're going to watch somebody in a tripod hanging down in that manhole, harnessed up with gas meters, with blower fans, with everything. This is live poop rolling through here. So we got to deal with the gases. We got to be safe. But we'll get plenty of that. That'll probably be Thursday, Friday next week. We got to get in here, bench this down, get a core on it, 10, 12 foot deep into the side of the manhole first thing, and then we'll go from there. So that's it for Bentonville. Let's go to a different town. All right, welcome to Park Meadows. This is a contract for utilities only. Mainly water line. There's roughly 900 feet on here. This is really, really impressive work. I don't know if you guys know this, but City of Fayetteville here is renowned for their oversized thrust blocks, and they're very stringent on thrust block sizing and placement. Let's just put it that way. There's a rebar mat at the base of this block. That 45 is blocked. Coming off a retainer valve that you guys saw happen last week. Nate, Wesley, and Dakota slayed that during that shutdown, and they made quick work and showed you what preparation looks like before execution. Execution is a lot easier with the preparation. No preparation, no execution. So, but you guys can tell, we made 5-6 foot vertical that came up into the grade of where that water main's supposed to go. Looks like we got a T right here. There's probably going to be a hydrant, and then straight as an arrow, you can kind of see it's kind of got a little donkey dick up there that they're working on right now. Straight as an arrow, right through there. We've got a couple T's that they're working on right now. We got to have a thrust block behind every fitting. I love waterline work. I truly do. It's what I started doing. It's where it's my brain, it's my background, it's really all I know. Water, and then sewer. I didn't have as much experience when I started Sycon, and I've learned a lot. Let's just put it that way. Education's expensive, but experience is priceless. I don't think there's any cheat code to business. Not to go off too far in the weeds, I think it's just picking an industry for 10 years and just getting punched in the face for 10 years, and then you kind of figure it out, and you for damn sure know how to not do it. That's entrepreneurship 101, I think. I think roughly 800 feet. You guys saw last week during the shutdown, on the other end of the job, we had anchor collars, valves, etc. Shut it down, put that valve on. They're making their connection point. There's 5 or 6 buildings through here. This is a multifamily unit again. We do a lot of multifamily. It's just now really catching on strong here in Northwest Arkansas, and we have been very, very well versed in the utility sector of the multifamily. And now, not on this particular job, we've teamed up with Gall Excavation. Actually, they're handling the dirt. They brought us on to handle the utilities. Again, we're a utility guy through and through. That's our bread and butter. And so we're here doing our bread and butter. Look, it's Wesley. It's Wesley. Let's go talk to Wesley. You get a little bigger while you were gone, bud?
Huh?
What, you been working out while you were gone?
Swole, dude.
Huh?
That's that dad strength, you know?
You see you were the thumbnail of last week's video? They don't even watch the videos.
They don't even watch them, bro.
They don't care.
That's a good one too.
I ain't got time to watch.
You've been back for a week. You've been back. I work all the time. 3.5 weeks at home. Welcome to Huntsville Apartments, what will be Huntsville Apartments. Eventually, we did a utility package here. Off-site water and sewer. You can see that apartment complex. We had to come through next to a city park. Come through. That's an I think we put that hydrant in. We've still got to cross the road here and finish up a couple services. There's some things I'm waiting on here, but Park Meadows is literally up and over the hill. They're going to come down the hill, get the last remaining items wrapped up here, and we're going to move forward. Yep. So, just wanted to hit, I don't know who that was. Huntsville Apartments. It's like roughly 1,800 foot of sewer, 1,200 foot of water, did some earthwork, came in behind a contractor, another job that we came in behind a contractor, fixing to punch a hole in a water main. First ever. This is not the town you want to punch a hole in and not know what you're doing. So, they called me, said, Si, I think we're in a little over our heads. I came, I met, and we're pretty much, all we got to do is lack is finishing, wrap up some taps, wrap up some services. I'm ready to see this thing go bye-bye. Let's roll. Guys, we are had a little tiny pause in our time frame here. I've got to move some meetings back this afternoon, but had a little hiccup at that last job. We're trying to hit all these projects in one day, and it's hard to do on a normal day, let alone stopping and filming and talking and engineers and owners, etc., etc. This is that resi driveway that we've been working on through the summertime. I just wanted to show this piece where we were coming out from our box. We've got to get our lid on our box. I've got to rake up some edges, get some topsoil around the edges, some really finishing touches. But this right here is basically a distribution box like I've been telling you guys can go and look back, but the way this water dissipates through this, hidden in the wall, it is such a cool feature. Joe Branch, he is from southern Arkansas, southern central Arkansas, somewhere in there, but did a great job. Are you happy, sir? You're so, man, it's all about the legalities. He wouldn't even see, look. Oh my God, it's going in the video.
Yeah, no. Well, I have no comment.
Fair enough.
No,
Fair enough.
I'm just kidding. I'm happy.
Okay, fair enough. Concrete drive comes all the way down, meets the highway, comes all the way up. This was engineered. We didn't completely design it, but we sure helped along with the design through the whole thing. 3-to-1 the whole hill slope. It happens to be in the middle of a drought this summer, so we're getting smoke pulled on getting some grass to grow. That's what we were just talking with the owner on. But big shout out to Joe. Apple Concrete did the concrete. And big shout out to Sam for these nice, beautiful slopes. We're gonna start bringing in some topsoil up top and start getting this. But this one's wrapped up per se for what we started out this year. There's been lots of extras and additions and widths and changes, and so it's been an ever-changing deal, but super glad to have this piece going and add it in the portfolio. So onward. Probably one of my favorite job sites we've got on the go from a production standpoint, machine standpoint. The guys have enjoyed working out here. Nobody's been up their tail ends. Smashed it. They have like utterly smashed this thing. We're laying sewer, water, and all the electrical infrastructure, underground infrastructure here. We got the 210. We thought the 210 was going to be able to get us 12, 13 foot deep out here. Wasn't the case. So we got big freaking mama over here moving some earth. That's a 365 we rented. Our 360's over there at the airport, as you guys just saw. So we're backfilling, getting ready. All the sewer pipe is in on this job. It is complete. They're working on sewer services. You can see Zeus here getting shots with Basin Rover. Well, I'm sorry, his base is obviously on the pole, but his rover and his data collector is making sure that we've got every single sewer service in the ground, going back, checking his work. He's got somebody in the wheel loader, he's got somebody in this machine, somebody in this machine, and he's got a guy working with him every single. Dude, drop a like for Jesus. If you guys haven't got anything out of this video, I don't care. Just drop a like for that young man, because that young man has been stepping up. I can't even brag on him enough. Big shout out to him and Dakota. Another big shout out to Dakota. All these boys, but Dakota and Zeus and myself have really had to connect over the last couple of months with everything we've had thrown at us. And they have stepped up majorly, and Zeus's product is already out here. I mean, we had 400, 400, 250, 300, another 100, roughly just shy of 2,000 foot of sewer line in 3.5 weeks. 44 sewer services, and we had to carry them. I don't know if you guys can see the white rock on the border here. That's the roads. They're drainage basins with permeable pavers up top. So these roads are dug out roughly 8-9 feet. So I'm just so freaking proud of them. They've kept these machines working. There's a loose track on that machine. I've got to get it looked at. Dadgummit, I forgot to call Mr. Riddle. Shout out to Les Riddle. But I'm just really pleased with the production standpoint. Ese comer, lanche. Look, all our sewer pipe is gone. We've got, not brown pipe, that's black pipe. It's just so dusty out here. We got two big old stacks of 8-inch ductile iron pipe, or dip as we call it in our world, to put in the ground. And that's on the interior of this project. We laid sewer infrastructure on the exterior of the roads of the project. I bet he's got a really cool view of our project in that airplane. But anyways, water's going on the interior. We've already ran sleeves for our water services across the road. And look at these guys. He wants the camera. You know he does. Marcos, Ignacio, Valentin, Jesus, and Ismael, and Francisco. Big shout out to you boys. Seriously, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you and how proud I am. Going to lunch on Friday, you know how cringy that can be, but I'm definitely taking them to lunch on Friday. They have been putting in some crazy days here in the last couple of weeks. We've been on extremely tight timelines. You guys can tell how many projects we got. I think we're at 12, 13 or 14 active projects, and we're actively bidding, in conversation on quite a few. So these boys are fixing to go eat lunch. I've got a meeting in 1 minute I got to jump to. Got something cool coming for you, channel. Maybe doing something with BuildWit. Stay tuned. If you haven't checked their stuff out, go check them out, because they help people like me and you. Kind of an inspiration for me. It's why I could start my channel, this channel, all of this, to be able to help you guys. It's because of people like him, being a true pioneer and frontier, starting 4 or 5 years ago. So shout out to him. Dude, I love the black for Halloween. Can't beat it. We've been hitting on that old graveyard shift here pretty hard here lately over at All of Nature, basically 4 days last week. But the Halloween merch is here. If you want a cool shirt, wear around work, wear around town. They're not some flyaway sleeves. They're nice material that you get it in a hoodie or a t-shirt. Absolutely love the killer design. Hey, guess what? Christmas is coming too. And we'll have some Christmas designs out for you guys too. So be on the lookout.